Hi, I'm Midge Woods, and thank you for joining us today. We are again doing a second session on Rumi. We are celebrating Rumi's birthday. He's the 12th century poet that has been so loved by the Western world. We are in the process of bringing more information to our audience about how Rumi is affecting us today in the present moment. I have with me Sayed, who is a poet, a Idaho poet on Rumi, and has been translating Rumi for many years, and is also a scholar and a student of Rumi's. And so we bring to this present moment Sayed's intuitive wisdom on who Rumi was, who was obviously 800 years old, so he was around a long time ago. But in this moment, we bring a lot of different things that Rumi has said and done and really presented to the world, and that is still intact. Mm-hmm. So Sayed, where can we bring Rumi into today?
Well, I think the best thing would maybe start reading one of his poems before we talk. Rumi mentions silence as one of the best things you could do in conversations.
That's a good thing for a talk show.
It is. This one is called Calm in the Midst of Lightning. By the way, these are mostly poetry that's been translated by Coleman Barks. And I think Coleman does a very good job of capturing the essence of the poetry. When the love lion wants to drink our blood, we let him. When the love lion wants to drink our blood, we let him. Every moment we offer up a new soul. Someone comes to collect the turban and the shoes. Calm in the midst of lightning stands the cause of lightning. The way I look is so fragile, yet here in my hand is an assurance of eternity. A snake drags along looking for the ocean. What would it do with it? If for penance you crush grapes, you may as well drink the wine. You imagine that the old Sufis had dark sediments in their cups. It does not matter what you think. The flower that does not smile at the branch withers. The flower that does not smile at the branch withers. Shams Tabriz rises as the sun. It is night now. What is the point of counting stars?
So the name of that poem was Lightning.
I lost my page. In the midst of lightning, I think it was.
In the midst of lightning. So that eye of the storm actually is creating the space that the lightning is experiencing.
I think Rumi here tries to suggest that maybe we do, again, as he does most of his poems, too much in terms of being logical. I mean, the snake drags to find the ocean. Well, when you find the ocean, what are you going to do with it?
It's a big ocean.
The big ocean, where are you going to drag it? So, in our quest to find answers, we get into counting the stars at nighttime. It's like, it's nighttime, the stars are all there, so why would you want to count them? Why would you want to spend time in things that don't matter? Because what matter? The lightning is just the effect. The cause of it calmly sits in the middle of the, lightnings that comes and go. So don't look for what's happening with the lightning. Sit in that space where it causes that lightning. Understand what it is to have that relationship. It's what I like about Rumi is that he doesn't seem to, I mean, some people might think that he gives answers, but he really doesn't. He creates more questions for you. Instead of saying what the answer is, he's saying, well, here's one place you can go, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, you know, there's a big library over there, a lot of books. Or, you know, the river runs over there, you could maybe go over there. That's why I think he has more acceptance through, you know, the Hindus and the Buddhists and the Muslims and the Christians. And it's because he's not saying this is the way. And in, you know, we talk about Rumi in the present time. It's really important for us to understand we can't go to this ocean taking all these opposing directions. We have to come together to go here. And it's not about what believers of Islam or Christianity or Buddhist or Judaism believe in specific books that would be helpful. He says the answer is not in any of that. The answer is inside. And if you find it,
then everything is in perfect balance.
And everything is in perfect balance. Which, you know, that's just another state of being.
Correct.
So
maybe what we are saying is that everything is in the being. We are bringing it all to a space within each one of us that we find that divine essence,
right.
Which is what Rumi is looking for, even in his life, 800 years ago. He was looking. He
right.
created, let's talk a little bit how he created this school that is actually a school that we're in right now.
So,
life, a school of life.
Well, if you think about, okay, when you go back in the old days, even in today's age, you have monasteries and you have places where you can go that people kind of leave the ordinary everyday life and go into, like I spent some time in Thailand. There were, monks that would go there, maybe for a couple of years as young people, and then come back and be part of the society. But during that time, they had basically left the everyday chores, and they were in the monastery doing what was this meditation to learn, right? It's hard for us to imagine in our culture that we would do something like that. That we pick up for a couple of years, and it's more
maybe for a couple of weeks.
For a couple of weeks. For us, our culture is like, okay, we go to school for 12 years, then we come out of there, maybe do another 4 years or 6 years or 8 years or 10 years of college. And so to become a doctor, you might have studied for 20 years, from the time that you entered the kindergarten to the time that you have, permission to go out there and see somebody and take their temperature and says, here's some aspirin.